Industrial Talk is brought to you by Arduino, the original all-in-one IoT platform. That's right. Go out to arduino.cc and you will find documentations. You will find devices, powerful boards to help you with your digital transformation journey. It's all there. Go out to arduino.cc, find out more, see how you can connect with these professionals to help you along with your digital transformation journey. Arduino.cc. Also, Industry IoT Consortium. At Industrial Talk, we always talk about education. We always talk about collaboration. We're always talking about innovation. And if you're a business that has any desire to be resilient to the future, you need to be able to educate, collaborate, as well as innovate with other industry professionals. That's a must. Industry IoT Consortium brings that all together. You need to be a part of this community. You need to be connected with these leaders that are all a part of the Industry IoT Consortium. Go out to iiconsortium.org. Find out more. Again, you will not be disappointed. You're just going to be happy. All right, once again, thank you very much for joining Industrial Talk, a platform dedicated to you industrial professionals all around the world because you're bold, brave, and you dare greatly. You're solving problems and you're making the world a better place. That's why Industrial Talk is here to celebrate you. All right, we're broadcasting once again from IoT Solutions World Congress. Buzz in the background. We're talking to Daniel Spahr, COO, Stream Analysis, and we're talking about edge, thin edge, near edge, and everything in between edge. That's what we're talking about. And also, I want to make sure that you know that IoT Solutions World Congress, the next installment, is at the end of January. Put that on your calendar. That's at the end of January, first part of February. Fabulous, fabulous event. Must attend. Great professionals. All right, once again, Daniel in the hot seat. Enjoy the conversation. Daniel Spahr's in the hot seat. How you doing, Daniel?
Hey, Scott. Pretty good.
Yeah, that's
Thanks
good.
for having me.
Stream Analyze is the company, right?
Yep, that's right.
Same. That's good. You having a good conference?
Yeah, it's great. We're at the IIC. We have.
Oh, you're on that sort of
we got
that
a
bigger
pavilion.
place.
Yeah, we got. We're in the pavilion.
You're
we
right.
Stand there, so that's good.
I see. I like that.
Yeah.
It's like when you come. This conference compared to other conferences where you got to go, and that's fine. You can go to special spots and have the conversation, but to be able to have that one location where you can go quickly, it's like speed dating.
I know, it's perfect. And people know where you're at. You say, well, we're at the IIC, and they go, oh, okay, cool, I find it.
Yeah.
Rather than say you're at C123.8 or something like that.
and you get everybody gawking around like, what is it? Not watching where they're stepping or anything.
Exactly.
All right, for the listeners, give us a little background on who you are.
My name is Daniel Spahr, COO for Stream Analyze. We're a small startup out of Sweden. I've worked 20 plus years in the digital industry as consultant. I've been CIO for a global pest control company. I've worked internationally and nationally in Sweden, but for the last few years at this startup. And what we do is we sell software. We sell software that you can install on any device and make it smart.
I don't understand. So I buy your. This is where
I know. I wanted to get you in.
Yeah, I was just going to say. Now that I have you, all right. So what do you mean by that? Because I know that here at this event and in manufacturing and anything that's industry, we're talking about collecting the data, analyzing the data, making decisions from the data so that we can be more tactically focused in on our business so that we can make more money, create a business that is resilient, all of that good stuff. So how does a Stream Analyze do that?
Well, you said one thing that I sort of keyed in on. You said collecting data.
Collecting data.
So what it's all about IoT. So you have sensors on your machines or your products, whatever it is. You're collecting all that data. You're trying to get it in, you're putting it in the cloud, or at least trying to put it in the cloud, and they're doing a lot of analytics there. But there's a few things you're not thinking about. One is collecting all that data in the cloud is expensive. HELL.
Yeah.
It's slow.
What, hell?
Yeah.
It's expensive
can
as
I
hell.
say that?
Yeah, you can. It's a podcast.
But anyway.
There's no FEC, whatever.
Yeah, anyway, you get it. Anyway, it's really expensive, just transferring that data, but also, storing it and doing transactions on it. That's one. The other one is latency. So maybe you wanted to make a quick decision about something, getting that up to the cloud, take that decision and actually that just doesn't work. So what we do is we have a platform that you can install on any device. We've done it on chainsaws, we've done it on cars, we've done it on forklifts, we've done it on gateways, routers, we've even done it on MCUs, just on pure silicon. And what that allows you to do is do all that analytics on the data as it's happening on that device. And then you're only sending whatever data you want up to the cloud based on that. So it can be an alarm or it can be some congestion of data, but you don't have to send everything because the amount of data that's being produced now is just growing. And this goes back to what I talked about a little bit before. We believe that everything will be small. All devices, machines, things will be smart, driven by AI. But to do that, you need to be able to enable that smartness on there in a good way, and that's not really happening.
But is that sort of the definition of edge?
Yes, it's part of edge. But edge is if you talk edge, some people will say this is edge.
I've spoke about it. Not me. I've talked to somebody who spoke about it.
Yeah.
I'm just a conduit.
Yeah. The broader definition of edge is not cloud. It's anything outside of the cloud that's closer to in proximity to where the data is generated.
Yeah.
But what we're talking about is thin edge or true edge, where you're almost on the sensor. You're on that device that actually has that sensor.
Oh.
So we're really, really out there.
Oh.
So it can be on your mobile phone, it can be on the chainsaw, it can be on the forklift, on the car. We've done a lot of automotive. It's on the MCU that's connected with sensors on it. So that's where we reside, and that's where we actually do the analytics for that data.
So you do the analytics at that thin edge, whatever you want to get it, thin edge
or true edge or whatever.
True edge. It's right there at the device, and you're doing the analytics at that location, and then you're sending
whatever you need upbound. But it could also be just to the operator or driver or whatever it is. But it could also be sometimes you have some central cloud unit or whatever it is that we can do, but it requires connectivity, of course. But so we have a generic platform. We sometimes joke about it and says, well, it's like real-time Excel. So you open up your laptop, you can make your models whichever way you want, because we don't provide models. We just provide a platform to build them and deploy them and have a dialogue with your products.
Okay. And then in that dialogue, that ability, you're doing the analytics at the site, at the source, whatever it might be, and then sending just the needed notifications to the cloud, which then addresses the cost issue. You're not sending the whole tsunami of data.
No.
And you're not. Can you, if you're so close to the device, can you set up something that is a notification in a quicker, you don't have the latency?
No, exactly. That's what we're talking about. So if you need quick decisions in hard real time, we can do that.
And then send the information that is not really up to the cloud, the things that are
well, let's say you get an alarm and you want to notify your monitoring system or your backend system. We can send that alarm, but we could also send if there's any other data related to that. Some of our customers would like to know what happened right at the moment, that we get this alarm, and we'll just take that data right there and then you can pass that on. But in reality, it's our customers are doing this because we're giving them a platform to build these models themselves without having to be a programmer.
I'm sorry, because I call it and whether it's right or wrong, or I don't know, it's called, from my perspective, called the Amazon effect, because all of a sudden I am so impatient. If you give me something that satisfies my question faster, I want that.
Yeah,
and that's it. And so it's funny to see the growth or the evolution of the data coming in. And how people are saying, oh, no, just set it up to cloud, we're fine. And then somebody comes to them and says, hey, I got that notification and it's just happened. It's just right there. Well, I want that. I want faster insights. I want faster, decision-making capabilities. And that's
but there is a problem in getting these kind of things onto the edge, because it's usually, you're actually down on hardware, and that usually requires embedded solutions in one way, shape, or form. So you're doing firmware updates and things like this. So a lot of the analytics that are happening on devices today, and this is where I started, we like to challenge the status quo, is you're building a AI model or TensorFlow model, something like that. And then you have to do a firmware update. This is what Tesla does, right? So, but it's just like your mobile phone. You need to connect it. You need to have it hooked up.
Right.
You can't touch it and let it be. We don't work that way. And this is a slow process. So let's say you get that onto your device.
Yeah, it's irritating.
And then your data scientists say, well, we figured out a better model. We want to update it. Oh, well, we'll have to bring it into service. We're going to have to, or we do a firmware update over the air. It's a bit of a cumbersome process. We install a platform, and then we can update those. You can update those models whenever you want on the fly.
Oh,
that's one of the benefits.
See, I love that analogy because I am, sadly, I'm impatient.
Yeah, and this is what we're trying to do. We're speeding up the time to market, time to value, all that.
And if you can do it without asking me questions and just do it,
yep.
Yeah, no, that to me,
exactly. You can just get it updated. It's already done.
Yeah, and in fact, the conversation doesn't even have to happen.
No,
it just works.
Yeah, yeah.
See,
you can even have your models updated and you don't know it. It's just performing better. You didn't get it.
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't even think of that. I thought that was good. But
but it is because I'm impatient.
Of course.
And so if you don't have, and I don't like it, which is sort of odd. Sometimes I don't like to have conversations, but the reality is that it just happens. And that was a value proposition that was brought about by SaaS. If I have my service in the cloud, then any updates happen up here, but I'm not going on-prem to, upload changes that are taking place. It just happens.
Yeah.
And so it's the same thing, but even faster. See, I like that.
Yeah. One of the benefits or sort of side effect, well, put it like this, the secret sauce in all this is interactivity. So the platform allows, as long as you have some connection, you can have an interactive dialogue with it. So you, from your central, from the cloud or for our front end or whatever you call it, you can ask queries to it. So I said, so one case we have is with a provider of forklifts, and what they want to do is they want to be able to allow their service organization to use this. So they get an alarm from one of their customers saying our forklift is broken. Now their technician can use the platform to have, to ask, okay, well, what's wrong? They can ask that, and they go directly onto the device and get all the sensor data they need for temperature or whatever it is, and say, oh, okay, I need to change this, I need to order the spare part, or it's a simple fault that the operator can, adjust himself. And this way, they're reducing their costs because they don't have to go on site as much, and they're being much more efficient.
See, this is sort of it.
This is what we want to challenge.
See, I'm an F1 geek. I'm just an F1
Oh, okay.
guy.
Oh, yeah. Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So but they're able to, through that communication, that ability to speak to the car while it's zipping around the track. And then if there's any issues, they can make those adjustments there. Yeah. And they're talking just like that forklift analogy. They're repairing it remotely.
But that's leading, that's only the F1 area that's got it.
What's that?
I think it's only F1 that has that, right?
Yeah. No, that's it. But
but we're providing this to the industry.
Yeah, but that's what you need to do.
Yep.
Because people are getting more and more impatient because they want their package delivered sooner, and they're just being genetically modified. No. I know I am. I ordered something and it went through a different carrier and it was taking time, and I just said, I can't do it. Okay. It was like a week, right? And I'm already tapping my toes. How ridiculous is that? All right, Daniel, how does somebody get a hold of you?
Well, they can, they can find me on LinkedIn. Yep. They can go under our website, www.streamanalyze.com. That's one way. Yep. Or you mail me, daniel.spahr@streamanalyze.com.
Yeah.
That works?
Yeah, it works well. And so, listener, if you want to get a hold of this gent, don't come to me and say you can't, because I'll have all the contact information out on Industrial Talk. Daniel, you were fantastic.
Yeah, and thank you, Scott.
All right. Remember, we were broadcasting from IoT Solutions World Congress. It is brought to you by them as well as the Industry IoT Consortium. Both organizations absolutely fantastic. Put this on your bucket list. You get great people like Daniel if you come to this event, or, reach out to him. Thank you again.
Thank you very much.
All right. Again, we're going to have another great conversation shortly, so stay tuned. We will be right back.
You're listening to the Industrial Talk Podcast Network.
All right, a hearty thank you to Daniel Spahr and Team Stream Analyze for sharing their insights and wisdom on all things edge and in between. It was an absolutely wonderful conversation, and I'm just telling you right now, if you're not in the digital game and you're not trying to find out how to pull data off of your assets, you're going to be left behind, and this train is moving fast. Reach out to Daniel and Team Stream Analyze for more information. All right, IoT Solutions World Congress is scheduled 2023, end of January, first part of February. Important that you take note and participate. You can't beat the venue, you can't beat the location, and the people are just absolutely top-notch professionals, all focused on solving problems in this really rapidly changing market. So that's IoT Solutions World Congress. It's all out on Industrial Talk. Get engaged. That's all I can say, because we're building a platform here at Industrial Talk that talks about education, Daniel educating us, collaboration. Again, Daniel loves to collaborate and solve problems through innovation. So it's important that you are a part of this community and ever-expanding community. Thank you very much. Be bold, be brave. Dare greatly. I say that all the time. Hang out with people like Daniel, and you will be changing the world. We're going to have another great conversation again from IoT Solutions World Congress, so stay tuned. Do not go away.